Are you thinking about moving from New York State to South Carolina? In recent years, many New Yorkers have relocated to South Carolina. In this video, I will tell you why they decided to move to the Palmetto State. I'll also cover both states' cost of living, climate, economy, education, and more. So let's dive into it right now. Let's start with the cost of living. One of the first things people ask about when moving to a new state is the cost of living, and this is a big reason why many New Yorkers are moving south to the Carolinas. The cost of living in the state of New York is 31% higher than the national average, whereas the cost of living in South Carolina is 5% lower than the national average. If you account for all the different costs of living, New York is 23.9% more expensive to live in than South Carolina. Chances are, if you are thinking of moving from New York to the Palmetto State, you've probably looked at housing prices in South Carolina, so let's break that down. On average, Columbia housing costs are 69.9% less expensive than New York housing costs, according to bestplaces.net. For example, the median home value in South Carolina is $269,000, while New York's median home value is $397,000. That's a difference of almost $128,000. It's more common for New Yorkers to rent their homes than to buy them, but with housing costs being much lower in South Carolina and with more home ownership options available, buying a single-family residence in South Carolina is much more attainable. And if you own a home, you'll have to pay property taxes. So what can you expect to pay here in South Carolina? In regards to property taxes, with number 1 being the lowest in the nation, South Carolina ranks number 5 in property taxes with a 0.56% real estate tax rate. In comparison, New York ranks number 44 with a 1.73% property tax rate. This means that in South Carolina, you will pay $1,300 approximately per year in property taxes on a $245,000 home, and in New York, you will pay $4,231 a year in taxes on a home of the same value. That is a $2,800 difference per year that you could be saving. Gas and transportation. Gas prices are always fluctuating, but gas prices in South Carolina have continued to be lower than gas prices in New York. On average, the cost per gallon for regular gasoline in South Carolina is $3.15, while regular gasoline in New York costs an average of $3.68 per gallon. Now, if you are a member of Costco or Sam's, or sometimes even when you visit Walmart, you will find that gas prices are always lower. So if you have that membership, go ahead and use it. So keep in mind that many people commute by bus or metro in New York, while most people in South Carolina commute by driving their own cars. This is because even in South Carolina's larger cities like Charleston and Columbia, public transportation isn't as advanced or extensive. However, the lower cost of living in South Carolina make it more affordable to own a car and pay for gas. But if you need to use public transportation in South Carolina, it costs $41.60 per month for a public transit pass, while in New York a transit pass costs about $85.89 per month. So we are talking about double for New York in comparison with South Carolina. Utilities. Another important factor to consider when moving is what you will be paying each month for utilities. In March of 2022, the average basic utilities package for a 915 square foot place in New York cost $170. That includes heating, electricity, water, and garbage. By comparison, utilities are slightly lower in South Carolina. According to 2022 reports, by comparison, utilities are slightly lower in South Carolina. The average monthly utility bill for a 915 square foot apartment in Columbia is $162.37. Now that we have money matters covered, let's talk about the climate. Believe it or not, although New York is in the northern part of the country and South Carolina is in the southern part, both states receive close to the same number of sunny days per year, with New York getting an average of 224 sunny days and the Palmetto State getting an average of 217 days of sunshine. These states also have similar amounts of rainfall per year, with New York getting 46 to 47 inches of rain on average and South Carolina getting an average of 45 to 46 inches of rain, so that's just 1 inch difference. How they differ is their summer and winter temperatures and how much snow they receive. South Carolina doesn't see much snow with an average of less than 1 inch of snow per year, while New York averages about 25 inches of snow each year. Now that's a big difference. Summer high temperatures in New York reach around 84 degrees while winter lows average 26 degrees. In South Carolina, average summer highs are around 94 degrees and winter lows average 35 degrees. So overall, South Carolina is hotter with longer summers and shorter, milder winters, so no big surprise there. Now let's talk about each state's economy. The state of New York has a strong economy, and if you rank state economies by gross domestic product or GDP, New York ranks number 3 in the nation with a GDP of $2,008,000. By comparison, South Carolina ranks number 25 in the nation with a GDP of $287,000. Still, South Carolina's population and economy are growing. South Carolina's economy depends on agriculture, tourism, and manufacturing, and these factors are steady or thriving and creating new jobs. For instance, a Scout Motors manufacturing plant is coming to the Columbia area soon and will create 4,000 new jobs. If you want to know more about the new Scout Motors plant and Columbia, South Carolina's largest employers, check out this video. Now let's talk about education. If you have children, you are probably interested in the education South Carolina has to offer. According to Scholaroo.com, South Carolina ranks 45th in the nation for public schools, and New York ranks number 6 in the nation. However, South Carolina's lower national rankings based on test scores don't mean you can't find excellent schools here. The quality of education really depends on the school district, the specific schools, and the teachers. And I can say for a fact that there are many great schools in Columbia. For an inside look at Columbia's public schools, check out this video. If higher education is in your future, South Carolina has some well-known and reputable colleges and universities such as the University of South Carolina, the Medical University of South Carolina, Clemson University, and the Citadel, to name a few. So what about life outside of work and school? Let's see what we have on lifestyle and entertainment. Both states offer a wide variety of entertainment and things to do for all ages. There are just too many to talk about in this video. Let's just say that while New York is known more for its live theater shows, shopping, and concerts, the Palmetto State is known for its beautiful beaches and mountains. People in South Carolina love the outdoors, and besides the mountains and beaches, there are plenty of things to do in nature, such as many community and state parks, camping, boating, and much more. If you are not a fan of the outdoors, there are still many things to do in South Carolina, like shopping, eating international cuisine at a variety of restaurants, live theaters, movie theaters, arcades, art studios, museums, concert halls, clubs, and much more. South Carolina is also a great place for families with lots of kid-friendly entertainment venues. If you want to know my top 10 must-visit family destinations for Columbia, check out this video. Both of these states are wonderful for different reasons, but many New Yorkers are moving to South Carolina because of its lower cost of living, lower housing and utility costs, lower property taxes, and warmer climate. South Carolina has friendly, hospitable people, so be ready to receive a warm welcome when you arrive. So now that you know how these two states compare, would you like to know the reasons why you should avoid moving to South Carolina? If yes, make sure to watch this video. Thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, and I'll see you next week.